starts. All right, this is JG round three confessional. I actually did it right this time, production. Don't yell at me. Um, so a lot has happened since my last confessional, like a lot. Um, Patrick was voted out, which was supposed to be the plan. Things went smooth. Well, I lied. Things did not go smooth because the last hour was a shit show before that vote. And it was a shit show because of the fact that I think the problem was that there was the two targets, the people that were getting thrown around were like Patrick and Logan, and then somehow Shawnee came up. I don't know how that happened, but the thing was, it was like really confusing. Was that Patrick was talking to some people, and the people he wasn't talking to were like targeting him. But then Logan hadn't talked to some people, and those people were then targeting him. So it was just like, but nobody really wanted Logan gone, from what I could tell, like at all. But Michael was so dead set that everyone was going to vote him, and Austin and I in our alliance, the Gummy Bears with him, were like, bro, like it's not going that way. And so then I found out someone had told me it might have been Austin. It was definitely Austin. Austin had told me because of the fact that he got added to like an alliance, or is an alliance, and I forget exactly who's in that alliance, but I believe it involves Billy, which is super sus. It's been a couple days, so in my mind. But anyway, they wanted him to vote Shawnee, and he was like, "I'm not doing that." And Billy's like, "Yeah, I'm not doing that either, but like, I'm just going along with it." And so then I was like, I'm gonna talk to Shawnee because maybe I could take this as an opportunity to like build a relationship and really maybe make something happen here. So then I called him, and this is like literally a half hour before the vote, like shit's going down. And I knew that Shawnee was probably gonna vote Logan at that point, and I knew that Logan might have been targeting him, but at the same point, Patrick was too. And so I knew that for Shawnee to be safe and for Shawnee to have trust with me, I could tell him this. And I revealed that he was going to get most likely two, maybe three votes. And he was completely shocked and completely blindsided. But he was super grateful and indebted. And then it came down to the votes. And the vote was 6 to 2 to 1. One was from Michael voting Logan, which we told his in the nicest way, Michael, I love you, I love you. We told your dumb ass. We told you that you were gonna be in the minority. Like we told you, like boy. Um, but then Shawnee was like at the end was like, yeah, I gained a really new ally. Like I have a really great ally. And then he literally called me. So like that was huge. Like that could not have thought that that would have worked out so well was telling him about those two votes. But it literally gained myself an ally and result Austin because Austin's my final two, and we're gonna get to the end and slay this, and everyone's gonna hate us. Can't wait. Um, so then it came time for the next Emperor challenge, and it was a video challenge, and I had a lot of heavy emotional, personal shit going on, and I did not want to do it anyway, and on top of that, I was gonna throw, so like it worked out. Um, I was really hoping, I was really scared with Michael because Michael was really upset and pissed off, and I get that because like I think a lot of people like lied to him, and I think Austin and I told him, and we told him too late, but at the same point, we didn't really know until that time, and so like it's not our fault. Like we told you when we tried to tell you. So, but he was getting pissed off, but I tried to do damage control. I think we're fine, but he told me he was gunning for the Emperor, and that kind of scared me because I didn't know what he was going to do with that. I could see him being the person to like want to take me out, potentially thinking that he could then have Austin to himself, which would be kind of stupid because then, to be honest, like Austin has so many other allies, so like that'd be kind of stupid on his part. But I was not expecting and not ready for Ben to win, and then for us to be put into three Lotuses, and for my freaking Lotus to be so freaking amazing, and for it to be random. I got really lucky with the random. I have Emily, I have Billy. Oh yeah, we're all in that the El Pueblo. So like that's great. That's three. That's a majority right there. 3 out of 5, including the Emperor. Um, and we have Shawnee. So that's literally four people from the same Lotus with Rocky all by himself. So it makes me wonder, were these actually random? Because like to put literally four people against one, it's very sus. And I can see why like maybe Rocky's in danger with that person. And so with Ben. And like Ben and I actually had a really good conversation the night before the results were posted, and we were talking Star Wars and just talking life, which is was cool and nerdy, and like I'm a huge Star Wars fan. He seemed to be a really cool Star Wars fan, and we were just talking, and I was mind fucked. I was screaming. I was on call with Austin, and no, I wasn't on call with Austin. I was about to get ready to call Austin, and all of a sudden I get the message that the Emperor has given me the royal decree. Because like I told Austin, I was like, yeah, he's probably gonna give it to someone, and he's gonna get fucked. Like we thought that somebody on Austin's tribe was gonna get it, or Lotus was gonna get it, and then all of a sudden I get it, and I'm like, my social pussy is popping. Like, oh my gosh. I there's like moments in games where you're like, I think I'm doing a good job, but you're like, I'm not too sure. Like, I don't want to get too cocky. But then there's times where you're just like, fuck, I'm playing a good game, and I'm playing a decent game right now. I feel because I get this, and then I look at all the names, and there's a bunch of them, and I'm looking to try to see, and I know there's one that's sticking out, and because it makes the most sense, and it's the power usurp, and I was like, okay, this is obviously meaning it's gonna like be a coup, basically, like take over the emperor most likely, like that's, and I went with that because I felt like that was the most known versus some of the other ones, like I could make guesses and try to figure out what it was. Usurp just it seemed very clear cut and dry, and it's exactly what it is, and it gives me the power that if I'm understanding correctly, if after the results of the Emperor is posted, before the lotuses are made, I can usurp the throne and take the throne and then create the lotuses myself and then also have immunity. If I was to then usurp it, I'm assuming before the results, I would become Emperor but not be able to do the lotuses, I think. So, at least that's what.
So you're, I don't know if I understood what you just said the second one, but if the Ludices have not been picked, you would get to pick them. But if you miss out on that, say you're gone or you just got put on a Ludus, you were uncomfortable, you could
Hmm.
usurp. Then you would become immune. That person would take your spot on your Ludus,
Okay.
but it
Okay.
has to be before the group challenge starts.
Okay. So that's okay. That's what I okay. All right, so very spicy. I think out of the powers, which first let's also like make a note. Also, first the powers are all in El Pueblo. Ali has a power, Austin has a power, and then I have a power. And I know that's the other thing is I know where all three fucking powers are. And guess what? You know who else knows all three powers are? Austin, my final two. And Austin, I pray to God you don't tell fucking a soul because I don't want anyone to know. This is such a huge power. This is a game changing power. This is literally like if shit hits the fan and say Billy or Emily or someone wants to fuck up our games, I could fuck their games up right that. So like this is such a huge power like move that could not only guarantee me safety, but it could also guarantee the safety of my allies and also fuck up the people game if they want to fuck up mine. So I think this is the best power in the game right now. I don't know what else is hidden behind some of those decrees. I'm very excited to have it. It's also a very fun, flashy, dramatic one. Being the fact that I have to like make a casino almost, which will be very fun. We love good TV. Um, and yeah, and so now going into the challenge, I actually had told Austin, I was like even before like we really looked at it, I was like, Austin, I'll throw this. Like I'll talk to Emily and Billy, like we can throw this, like because Austin's tribe, I forget exactly Lotus who's on it, but it's kind of messy and it's not good for him 100%. He has Michael, but like that relationship is kind of rocky. So I feel very confident, being the fact that Johnny is like now like attached to me. Ben literally gave me a fucking power. Emily and Billy and I are in a fucking alliance basically together. And then there's Rocky. And Rocky and I have been talking. So like no one's gonna throw my name out. Like I you always people talk about how you always gotta be wary and cautious because people could be plotting. I just don't see in this moment, in this group, in this situation, I just don't see it. Maybe I'm so blinded and I'm so stupid, but I just don't see it. I think my social bonds are so fucking good to the point that I am willing to throw it. And then what was crazy was Emily was like, "Hey, let's call," and she's like, "Yeah, Billy and I are thinking about throwing, so like, let's throw it." And I was like, "I mean, that makes sense." I would kind of hate to lose Rocky, but like, I don't know if I can trust Rocky 100%. He might have better connections, and while I do feel that I would need some allies if shit splits between El Pueblo, I think that I do have other relationships, such as like Michael. I have other relationships like Ben that can help us down the road. So I think going into this, we're probably going to throw this, probably going to lose it, and I'm okay with that. And Rocky can go. Um, he probably doesn't have a shield. I know where the three powers are, and I don't think it's going to be used to save him. So, trying to think. I think that's pretty much all the deep, heavy shit that's happening so far. But yeah.
Okay, I think I just have two questions, and you'll hear me ask this one pretty often, even through to final three, if you're lucky enough to be here. Who do you trust the most right now, and who scares you the most right now?
Okay. I think the person I trust the most is obviously Austin. I just like there's a connection. So I think it's very interesting when you play an org with a best friend and a loved one because I've done both now. And I think a best friend, like it's someone that like you're friends with, but I feel like you're willing to like cut that person. You're willing to like be a little shady because you know like you're still gonna be friends. I think there's something very, very different when you play with a loved one and someone that you very deeply care about, because you don't care what happens in the game per se. Because while you both are playing a game to win and you're playing a game to obviously get to the end, your goal kind of becomes to like let's us both get to the end so that one of us can win because of the fact that there is that selfless love between the two, especially when it is like romantic. And so like obviously like Austin, like I don't think he's gonna betray me. In before the biggest blindside of Ascendance history ever, and like Austin blindsides me and like I go out and Austin ends up winning the fucking game. Like I trust Austin with everything. I told Austin immediately, like before I even picked the power, before I even looked at it, Austin knew that I had gotten the royal decree, and so I could be blinded by love, and fuck if I am. But yeah, I Austin Savon. I think the person I trust or this what was it? Trust the least, sketchiest. What was it
Yeah,
exactly?
or scares like worries you the most.
Oh, worries. I think at this point it's Michael because Michael is the person besides Austin that knows me the most, and Michael's the one who would be willing to turn on me. Michael is that close friend that does it. Plus, Michael knows Austin and I's relationship. Michael also the bridge kind of got shaken in the last round, so I think Michael's a threat to my game, but Michael's also one of those people where I need him in the game. Like if there is a war between El Pueblo, like a civil war between El Pueblo, like I'm gonna need Michael on my side. And so it's very scary and risky because I can't cut him and I need to take him very far. And that gives him more time to turn on me. So I have to be very cautious with how I move forward with that relationship because if I keep him in too long, then he's gonna cut me.
Speaking of friends who would cut you,
Ooh.
El Pueblo, you've talked a lot about um, you feel safe with them, you feel good with them, you might be willing to throw a challenge with them to save some other members. That being said, when is the time to cut them, Austin aside?
Um, that's always a good question because it's like you have to really balance and you have to really see like you have to really realize like who is gonna stay loyal and who isn't. And if staying loyal is the best thing. If staying loyal to El Pueblo is gonna benefit my game and gonna keep me going further in the game, and let's say we get down to like say like we're getting down to like it's like final five and like say like like we're getting down to the end and like it's like Billy wants Austin and I in the finals with him or near finale with him or Emily wants us and like we can drag out like Allie even. So like it's really situational. Like if I'm seeing that people are really wanting and genuinely to work with us and wanting to include us and shit, then yeah. But if things start to get sus, especially eyeing at Billy specifically, because I think Emily's at a point in this game where she's so protected and comforted by the El Pueblo Alliance that she's not going to turn on it. I think she even told me that she's in a spot where like she doesn't even have to like try her social game because like we're basically carrying her. Noted. So if anyone, I think Billy's the only one who would turn. So I just got to keep my eye on Billy. Billy is a gamer and a competitive, so I feel like he would do it and I'm assuming he would take a shot at either me or Emily, to be honest. It's got to be that right time. It's got to be the time where I have the numbers that are on my side. It's got to be like if I have Ben, Michael, obviously Austin, and if we could drag maybe Allie into it, because like Austin had brought up a Final Four potential with me, himself, Michael, and Allie, which works out really well for us because it works out really well for Austin, to be honest. Because to be fair, Austin, I think Austin would probably take me. I would, if it's a final two or whatever. Like we would go together, but then I think Michael would probably like go with um Austin over me, and then Ali would probably go with Austin. So like it works really well for Austin. I see what he's doing there. But yeah, I think it's very situational. It's very when do I have the numbers in my corner?
I have one last question. The infamous Pennsylvania trip keeps coming up. If someone touch you, are you going to be salty?
Am I gonna be salty? No, I'm not. I'm not a salt. Well, it depends on who it is, actually. For the most part, I'm not a salty bitch. I played these games for too long, and I really, at this point, like I play games to meet people and make friendships, and I guess find love. I guess that was the thing that happened. Um, I it depends. I would be it would be disappointing, especially since so far everyone's saying like very loyal to the El Pueblo. But yeah, if shit hits the fan, then I don't think I'd be salty. I'd be bummed. But I mean, at the end of the day, I would be happy if anyone in El Pueblo wins. I specifically want a certain final two to happen, but yeah. Dabs. Nicole, you alive? Oh,
Okay,
T.
I'm back. I
T.
literally just missed like the last sentence or two, and I'm like, oh, he's not gonna know where I am. Okay,
T.
so you won't be salty. Do you think anybody else in the group will be?
Ah! I think I think I heard. I don't want to. Okay, I don't want to put words in people's mouth, but I think I heard. I think Emily did say at one point, like she said she would be all loving and caring, but I think she also did say that she would be like a little bit salty. So noted. Don't cut Emily. I think Billy would be fine. Ali's probably not gonna end up going to Pittsburgh, so and I'm not cutting Austin, so like it'd be Emily out of anyone, but I really don't think I think we're all because of the fact that we are good friends. Like it's not gonna hopefully knock on wood, not gonna do any fucked up shit. So
Okay, I'm glad to have that discussion, especially when you pulled usurp. My face did what your face did, so I was anxious to hear what your thoughts were. So yeah, I'm glad we had this talk.
yeah, whoop.
All right, I'm gonna stop recording.